Welcome back, everyone, to Are You Hardcore for August 2020, where we had a little bit of dark oak planks. I guess that must be what the. Ooh, that could come in very, very handy. All right. It's time for me to start doing some crafting, get a couple of chests out here. And I need some place to put all this stuff. Now, unfortunately, this is probably not the best idea where to put something due to what some of those attacking mobs are going to be doing, but I have to put it somewhere. Actually, it might be better if I put it below down here, because that way there won't be too many mobs that are going to go out of their way in order to break anything that's down there. Now, most likely those randomly moving things are going to those, what are they called? Oh, the shulker things. Yes, the shulker things. Those are likely to create some problems on there because they move randomly, so they could just as well go below as. Okay, it looks like I finally got everything that's in there. Let's make things as even as possible. Actually, probably want this underground also. So let's put all these little things underground here so that they have some possibility of, hi there. Good thing to see that you're still alive. Unfortunately, your friend, of course, it could have been a random zombie that was created as a villager because that does sometimes happen. Right now, I did see that this little bit was broken up by the zombie. I did see that the zombie was significantly slowed down when he came to the wall because it's spending the time mining it. So let's get this out here so that we have this as defensible as possible. And also try to get out more torches. Torches, defenses, and that's what this is going to be all about. And there you go. All right, good, 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 good. And I'm thinking this is the least likely direction for them to go. Oh my goodness gracious. There you go. As good as new. I think that's worth spending. See, I've got two in there. And I do, of course, have some eggs to create 3 more golems. That is something they give you at the very, very beginning. And yes, that's easy mode, I'm afraid. I do have this set on the easiest setting, I'm afraid, because my skills, I don't think my skills will be up to full difficulty mode. Though, if I find this that I survive all the way through, then replaying it under a higher difficulty setting is, of course, an option on there to see if you could do that. I know some people like playing everything on the hardest level the first time they do it. Yeah, that's not me. Now, that said, this isn't hardcore, so it's not exactly like it's on the ultra easy setting, but I think it's the speed they go, how many golem eggs you get, and things like that, which are could be made a little bit more difficult. Because like the phantoms, if you saw the previous episode, you know those phantoms were a little bit slow in there. They could be a little bit faster if you are in the higher difficulty setting in there. All right, this is pretty much all around. Heck yes, we could extend this to a double layer of wall here. And down to here. Is this where we need to go? All right. Do I have any more? Oh, I still have a little bit. Oh, of course, I do have all this. Now, I could make a shelter to put around Guy, but of course, the enemy is just going to wreck that all up in the end. So, oh, so even if they do that, it doesn't hurt adding extra defenses. Let's see. So that's a rather common sight. I expect them to be coming down through, and probably here also, since there are fewer houses this way. So we have those structures that might slow them down a little bit. Now let's head out and discourage regular mobs from spawning as far out as possible. That way it'll be less likely. Oh, yes. This might be the night when we start to get charged creepers, because we've seen so far, we've seen the zombies, the zombie miners. They seem to be a rather common mob, which they're supposed to be a common mob in here. We saw some phantoms last night. So those are a second tier of mob we got. And yes, all right. Well, I think I did say something about I could always make. All right. At first I thought, well, I won't be able to make charcoal, but no, I still have the oak logs. So I can make charcoal. Oh, let's see. So let's do that. Make some charcoal. That way we have a decent source, potentially, of stuff. I could throw in the charcoal afterwards in order to get things to be done better. And let's see, we've got 19. Now I might be able to do other stuff too. If I get, oh yeah, I've got 2 diamonds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang on to these 2 diamonds. I wonder if there were more things after the first night and I just didn't realize it. And that will be consistent with my style of completely missing something. Why does the locator have Fortune 1 on it? I mean, that's a rather. Guess if you hold the locator in your offhand while you're mining something, maybe? I suppose that's always a possibility. Didn't think about that. So I've got 1 ender pearl. Wait for me to get up there to put out that fire. Now, fire ticks are off, so it's not like it's a major problem. So I'm not going to worry about that anymore, but we do have. Let's see now. We've got 24. Well, let's just do that. And I have plenty of coal, or charcoal at least. I can make more torches, get things out a lot further. Now, I am deforesting the local area. Maybe I should be a nice citizen and replant. It's always polite to replant, right? There you go. Maybe I can get an apple out of this. Unfortunately, it's going to be nighttime, so I'm going to start paying attention to what's going on around here. But in the early parts of the night, the main thing that I have to worry about are mobs coming after me rather than mobs going after Guy. Let's see. The ones coming after Guy are going to be a lot more. There you go. At least gives us a start. Good. And I forgot where the oak that was. Oh, well, that's obviously where it was. So I'll put 1 here and here. And let's get some lighting around here. So we have as much light around here as possible. Alright, that should discourage some of the mobs from spawning, though I'm sure there'll be plenty of areas, because wherever I'm not standing, there'll be things coming out all over the place, and soon we will have waves and waves and waves and plenty of mobs. Oh, and like that spider there. Hello? There you go. Well, that was... That was not as I would have hoped, because that was my last... Oh, yes, I do have bread. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Oh. Well, that golem isn't in a very good position at the moment. Well, I may have to use an egg at this point. But he might be decent as an outer defense, because in keeping out some of the hostiles, which would be useful. And that, and that, and that, and I better get my eyes back up before a creeper comes and blows me up. Like, yeah. See what I mean by outer defenses? Alright, we've got 1 minute till meteor shower. And 1 minute to meteor shower. There you go. I think this should slow down the miners a little bit, which is my main intention here. And I can repair them in the morning, and I've got plenty of wood here that should... You're kidding me. Wandering trader. Oh, well. I don't have any emeralds, unfortunately. Oh, well. It's easier to talk to him in the morning when he is no longer invisible. Alright. Bombs away! Oh, good grief! What? Oh! Oh, my goodness gracious! This is it. Yeah, game over. Ah! A random skeleton. Yeah, it's not the tower defense that kills you. And that's why I stated... Well, actually, this is after that point. Well, now, here's my question. In every other game I play, I make a shield. It's the first thing I make with the first piece of iron is make a shield. Why didn't I do it this time? Well, yeah. Wave 3 has begun. Defend guy. Right. Well, unfortunately, that's not happening. Well, that's it for my attempt here in defending guy. Unfortunately, he didn't survive. Well, he might survive if it weren't for charged creepers. And yeah, guy is pretty much toast at this point. I saw a charged creeper come up here, so it looks like somebody got through. Guy is down to 7. And here, there's the phantoms. Yeah, they're all coming in here. Phantoms apparently are suicide bombers, unfortunately. You know, there. And we've got... Hey, he stole my halo! Rude! Look, and it looks like the golem is no longer around here. So he's getting through here. Looks like the loss of guy is he's down to is inedible. There are 3 points. Look at this. They dropped that iron. That iron would have been nice and useful. We're doing stuff like making a shield. This house is completely trashed. We've got this wandering trader here is probably wondering, what did I get my... Oh, I guess in spectator mode you can see the wandering trailer slightly, or I think it's the first time I was able to see a wandering trailer. Oh, like, yeah, it's like this invisible armor stand right here that's probably being used for special purposes. Maybe for spawning some of the enemies. Maybe that's what it's for. The enemy spawn here. Ed likes to use armor stands for special purposes. It seems to be probably something that is rarely just created altogether. So we have, that's a regular zombie. But it looks like, yeah, sorry guy, it looks like you're on your own now. It looks like, yeah, you're about to be quashed. They sort of like mutually kill each other. It seems, well, you lose one and then the zombie gets through. It's just that you want to keep them from getting through and doing damage in there. From this perspective, you get a little bit of an idea of how things operate in here. Of course, skeletons. See, that would have been one advantage if I had done a double high wall. I would have been able to keep the skeleton at bay that way. Unfortunately, that has the disadvantage of making it hard for you to see the enemies as they come through. See, look at this. This place is riddled with creepers. Ouch! Look at that. That seems like it'll inevitably be a problem. Right, because, yeah, certainly you need a much wider light perimeter, but I was just getting that started in here, and I wonder, is he actually going to survive this night? Of course, he's toast the next night because there is no way he's going to survive with only 2 hit points left. I'm thinking, is in a situation where you have no way of getting through in healing guy, if there were a way to do that, maybe if there were a golden apple or something like that, that would be nice. But unfortunately, that we didn't have around. What we had around was this stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot I had those arrows. And I thought, oh, let's go and charge the skeleton because I didn't think I had anything else left to do. What I should have done is run behind the building, eat some bread, heal up. The skeleton will, yeah. Obviously, I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, and make a shield. All those things I could have done in order to stay alive this night. But as they say, hindsight is. Oh, see, it's light enough for him to become visible again. So Guy did survive the third night, but he is unfortunately doomed for the fourth. And that is unfortunately doomed for my run of the August RU Hardcore, where I was to do a little tower defense and either keep both Guy and myself alive. In this case, I didn't get through much. I don't know what he dropped in. It looks like cobble, dirt, more of those. Yeah, maybe I should have made Merlins or something like that. Yes, some really nice stuff that I would have had. Probably some diamonds too. But I don't get that because I didn't survive. And that is it for episode 3 of Are You Hardcore for August 2020, where I survived about a third of the way through in defending this poor little guy. Until next time, this is Piling Needles reminding you to mine responsibly.